The security footage showed her sitting alone on the cold tile floor, knees to her chest, eyes red from crying. The timestamp read 11:07 a.m. She was supposed to be on the register. Instead, she was curled up in the break room, whispering to someone on the phone. The CEO paused the footage. "Who is she?" "She just started last week," the manager said. "Name's Emily. Something happened this morning. We were about to let her go." The CEO narrowed his eyes. "Not before I talked to her." What she said next would change everything. Waving hand. Hey viewers, welcome to another powerful story from Gentle Spirit, the place where faith, love, and second chances collide. If you believe in kindness, hope, and redemption, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more heartfelt stories like this one. Let's begin. Nathaniel Grant was a man most people feared. At 47, he was the CEO of Grant and More Department Stores, a billion-dollar retail chain spanning half the country. But for the last 5 years, every quarter, he disappeared for 2 weeks, no board meetings, no emails, no suits. He went undercover. Dressed in an ill-fitted blue polo and khakis, Nate the janitor blended into his own stores, watching from the inside how his empire was run. This quarter, he'd chosen store number 112, a struggling location in a working-class suburb. Employees there were stretched thin, overworked, and underpaid. That's where he met Emily. She was quiet, polite, and a little too careful. Nate had noticed how she flinched when someone spoke loudly. How she worked faster than the others but never asked for help. And now, here she was, crying. He waited until the lunch rush slowed, then walked into the break room. Emily sat at the tiny table, staring blankly at a chipped styrofoam cup of instant noodles. Her phone lay beside her, screen cracked. "You okay?" Nate asked, gently. She quickly wiped her face and forced a smile. "Yes, sir. I'm fine. Just a headache." He sat across from her. "You sure? I saw you earlier. You looked like you were on the phone." She hesitated. Then sighed. "It was my daughter's school. They said she was sick, throwing up. But I can't leave. I just started this job, and if I walk out, I lose it." Nate's stomach twisted. "Your manager didn't let you go?" "He said I already had too many personal issues my first week. Said this store needs commitment, not charity." She laughed bitterly. "Charity? Funny. I've never asked for a handout. I just wanted to work. That's all." He looked at her again, really looked. Her uniform was too big, probably borrowed. Her shoes were cracked. And her hands, blistered, like she'd been doing hard work for years. "How old's your daughter?" he asked softly. 6, Emily replied, voice trembling. "Her name's Lily. She has asthma, and the weather's been bad. I didn't want to bring her to the ER again. We don't have insurance anymore." Nate stepped outside for air. He leaned against the brick wall behind the store, heart pounding. This was the moment, the kind of moment that haunted him. He had grown up poor himself. His mother had worked double shifts just to buy him shoes. He remembered nights they went to bed without dinner. And now, after years of success, he swore he'd build a company where no one had to suffer to survive. But somewhere along the line, he'd lost sight of that. His store had become a machine. And people like Emily were the gears being chewed up. He made a call. "It's Nathaniel Grant. Get me HR and regional management. Now." That evening, Emily received a call from the same manager who threatened to fire her. "You're approved for emergency family leave. And your benefits package was just updated. You've been moved to full-time, effective immediately." "What? But, why?" "Upper management," he muttered. "Orders from above." 2 days later, Nate, still in his janitor uniform. Showed up at her house with groceries, an asthma nebulizer, and children's books. She opened the door cautiously, then gasped. You're from the store." He smiled. "Sort of. I'm actually the CEO." Her face went white. I didn't know." "Oh my God," I thought. "You're not in trouble," he said quickly. "You're the reason I'm changing everything." At the next company-wide conference, Nathaniel walked on stage. The video played behind him, Emily crying in the break room. Then his voice narrated. "This is what we've become. This is how we treat our people. It ends today." He announced a massive overhaul. Paid family leave for all part-time workers. Emergency childcare grants. Mental health support. And a brand new employee emergency relief fund, named Lily's Hope. The audience stood in thunderous applause. Not just for the CEO, but for a single mother who had no idea her tears would start a revolution. Emily now manages that same store. She has a reliable car. Lily's asthma is under control, and they moved into a safer apartment. Every Friday, she donates part of her paycheck to the Lily's Hope Fund, to help someone else like her. Nate still visits the store, now as a friend. They sit in the same break room, laughing over coffee. "You know," she once said, "I thought you were just some janitor." He grinned. "And I thought I was just a CEO. Turns out, we were both more than we appeared."